We are, in fact, not live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome one, welcome all, to the final HDL recap of Season 4. We've
I
got
was
our
going to
double...
say, until you said of Season 4, I was going to be like, what?
Yeah, the
Hobo.
HDL's canceled. This is it. This is the maiden voyage. Hashtag...
Also, you lie. We've got playoffs.
I mean, pre-playoffs, obviously. Duh.
Cake is a lie. Nothing is real. The
Hashtag
HDL is being
over
renamed.
party. Anyway. In case it wasn't obvious, I'm a little bit under the weather right now. Definitely coming down with something. Probably shouldn't be streaming, but damn it, it's gotta get done. And if you seriously think that a head cold and a bunch of coughing is gonna stop me from doing a stream, then you have another thing coming, because you do not know how stubborn I am. It's really not good for my own good. Somebody please put me out of my misery.
Hi, that's why I'm here. I'm the comedy backup, meant to distract you from the fact that Hylian's definitely not at 50% today.
I am slowly dying. Somebody please send me some cough drops.
I mean, I would, but political joke.
Yeah, but nah. You know what? It's gonna take a lot more than a little bit of sickness to keep me from streaming. I am way too stubborn for my own good. It's actually a very serious problem. I really should go back to therapy. Anyway, we're just gonna jump right into it, because we've got a lot of replays for you guys. So we're gonna start off with myself against Snazzy, the Battle of the Bends. He might know everything I'm going to do, but that doesn't matter because I know everything he's going to do. Strange, isn't it?
So, which drink did you pick, and was it filled with poison?
Inconceivable.
I'm glad you at least got the reference.
I blame the ROUS.
Rodents of unusual size?
Yes.
I mean, you did lead a rodent of unusual size.
It is in fact a rodent of unusual size. So, I lead out with Donphan against Weavile. Weavile's going to immediately go for triple axle, rocking my Rocky helmet. It lands all 3 hits. And then I kill it with an earthquake. Tyler, or sorry, not Tyler, friggin' Gardevoir comes in, goes for Mystical Fire as I switch into Slowking, and then goes for Calm Mind as I go for the Scalad. I then switch back into Donphan just to get a clean switch in. I know it's going to go for a Hyper Voice, so I clean switch in Zeraora, go straight for a Plasma Fist. It lives barely, but Hyper Voice does not kill me. But, I'm then able to kill with another Plasma Fist. Amogus comes in. I Volt Switch the hell out of there and go into Robocrop, predicting the EQ.
How can he call that Amogus when there's literally an Amogus Pokemon? It's a Registeel. Like, call it Reginald.
I don't know. Anyway, Registeel opts to go for Body Press as I set up a Leech Seed, get some health back. Says then opts to switch into Regidrago as I switch into Slowking. I eat a Dragon Energy from Pull, go for Ice Beam, get a crit, and Regidrago lives. I then switch back into Ferrothorn, knowing it's going to eat a Dragon Energy for breakfast. Like, Dragon Energy is doing nothing to this thing. And then I'm going to set up a Curse. Snazzy then switches in Noivern as I switch another Curse. Now, I know Noivern gets Flamethrower, and I was fully expecting Specs Noivern with Flamethrower. So, he forces me to switch, and I switch back into Slowking, and sure enough, he is Flamethrower. So that was a good play on my part. He switches back into Registeel as I trick and give him a choice scarf as I steal the Registeel's assault vest.
Why would you do this?
So now the Registeel is choiced into Ironhead, and I switch back into Ferrothorn. He's going to switch into Noivern, as I miss a Leech Seed.
There were a lot of 90% misses this season.
I switch back into Slowking on the Flamethrower. He's then going to switch back to Regidrago as I click the Ice Beam, knowing that there's a 50% chance he switches in something weak to ice, and sure enough, it pays off. So Regidrago's dead. Noivern comes in, goes for the Draco Meteor. I want it to be known that had I not stolen the Registeel's Assault Vest, that Draco Meteor would have killed me.
No, it wouldn't. It would have done 60 and you would have lived.
But I Oko with another Ice Beam. Registeel comes in. I switch back into Ferrothorn, knowing Registeel cannot touch me. It's now choiced into EQ, so I switch into my Air Balloon Salazzle. As I then go for Toxic, just in case he tried to switch into Regieleki. I then go for Flamethrower just to finish the job. Regieleki comes in, kills me with a Thunderbolt. I don't know why I thought that wouldn't kill.
I don't know why you didn't just go raw Zera.
I switch into Diancie, go for Rock Polish as one does, and you all know how this ends.
Why did you not just go Zera the whole time?
In case it went for something that wasn't an electric type move.
You're gonna do explode?
Yes.
Okay, then the fight's over, you win. Like, explosion probably doesn't even kill. It only did 70 to my crook.
Moving right along, we have the Oakland Acrobatics versus the Reckless Rampardos. Yet another Ben takes the stand. We are slowly conquering the HDL. This is slowly turning into the BDL, the Ben Draft League.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
But you're also a Ben.
I am certified, aren't I?
Yeah. One of us. One of us.
Plasma fist. Plasma fist.
Anyway. Fucking showdown. Oh, I should probably screen share this for you, huh? Did we think about that? There we go.
There.
So,
now
start with Ariados leading up against Mentz. Mentz is going to go straight for the dual wing beat just to kill this thing.
I hate it here, and I want to go home.
Kai switches in a very angry Rock as Obstagoon comes in on an Ice Punch and gets frozen.
That's just rude.
Gets switched out for Cobalion as Obstagoon thaws out, goes for a farting shot, switches into an Arcanine. So this Cobalion is now a -2 attack. Switches back into T-Tar, tanks a Flare Blade, still did 29%. But it's going to switch back into Obstagoon on the Rock Slide, just 42%. Venusaur is going to come in on the close combat.
Note to self, Obstagoon gets close combat. Very important for later.
Venusaur Mega Evolves. Obstagoon's going to Parting Shot out into Celesteela, who does not care about Sludge Bomb, being a Steel type. This is going to force Cobalion to come in on an Autotomize. Celesteela's going to miss the Air Slash, allowing Cobalion to get up a Swords Dance. The second Air Slash is going to hit. Cobalion does not flinch, goes for Sacred Sword.
Seriously though, how many Air Slashes have missed this season?
Celesteela goes for a second Air Splash, doesn't get the flinch, and dies due to a second Sacred Sword. Garbodor's going to come in, barely lives in Ironhead from full, but it does get flinched. It does manage to outspeed due to weak armor, however, and kills it with a Drain Punch, and then blows up in the Venusaur's face.
Makes sense.
Mentz is going to come in, going for the Intim. T-Tar is going to come out on the Mentz, safe switch in. However, it is going to take a massive amount of damage to EQ.
It is not a safe switch in.
Gliscor is going to come in on the Obstagoon switch in. Obscure's gonna go straight for an Ice Punch, barely not OKOing that Gliscor. That did a massive chunk. Obscure's gonna fling the Toxic Orb. Congratulations, you have fueled the Gutsmon.
Except it wasn't Guts, I don't think.
I don't think it was either. I'm pretty sure it was Reckless.
Why?
It was either Reckless or Defiant. Probably Defiant.
It was, yeah, I would say Defiant makes sense.
Anyway, Obscure kills Venusaur barely. Gardevoir's going to come in, avoids the Gunk Shot, and Obscure is going to die to poison. Golurk's going to come in after Gardevoir Simple Wish. Poltergeist is not going to work on Gliscor because Gliscor no longer has an item, and it's now back up to full through a combination of Wish and Poison Heal. Arcanine's going to come in, getting the Intimidate off, allowing that Acrobatics to do substantially less. Does a massive chunk of damage to Gliscor, but it is going to die due to a combination of Recoil and the Acrobatics. Mence is going to come in, goes for a dual Wing Beat, which is going to do enough to kill Gliscor from that range.
Can we talk about how my child Banded Arcanine is still making a mess of the HDL?
Gardevoir is going to come in, takes a dual Wing Beat, and then kills Mence with Moonblast as Golurk comes in, gets the EQ to kill Gardevoir, and then gets the second EQ to kill Caesar.
Who runs Scarf Golurk?
Ben does.
This man runs such weirdness.
Up next,
Oh,
Tyler
it's this one.
versus Callisto. Do we give them context or no?
Context to what?
Yes.
What is the context of this fight exactly?
The Tentacruel.
Oh. You mean how Tentacruel's name originally was Tentacles and has been slowly turned into the most cursed stuff I could come up with while still sounding somewhat like the predecessor?
It has nothing to do with tentacles anymore.
It stopped having anything to do with tentacles after the first name.
Your final name was fucking Expand Dong.
They're not supposed to know that yet!
So we're starting out with Robert Luongo.
Don't mess with my boy Roberto Luongo. He puts on work.
As Thunty T came in as a lead, it switches straight into Yuxi, causing Robert to miss the Mirror Coat. It's going to go for Toxic as Yuxi goes for Stealth Rocks before switching into Thunderous. Roberto is going to Rapid Spin to get rid of the rocks. Goes for Toxic.
Oh, for sure. He was gonna switch again. He knew I had Mirror Coat.
Thunderous, he goes for T-Bolt, proccing the Conberry. Tyler's going to switch into Piloswine on the Flash Cannon, goes for Ice Shard, which puts Thunderous into Death from Toxic range. So,
another kill for Tentacruel.
Steelix comes in as Tyler sends in Crocodile, knocks off the Assault Vest, barely survives a body press. Steelix barely survives an EQ and kills with Heavy Slam.
That was a misplay on my end.
Roberto
but it did give Tentacruel another kill.
Finishes the job with Scald. As Yuxi comes in, Tyler switches into Burnout is Real, taking 28% from Psychic.
I was burnt out this week.
Incin comes in as Zard's going to Mega Evolve and go straight for a Fire Blast, doing 30%, which is very respectable considering Cinder-War.
And it was Assault Vest. It was definitely Assault Vest.
Roberto comes in going for a Sclad before dying to a second knockoff. Just trying to get some chip on this thing. And then Zard comes in and just kills it with a Focus Blast.
Fun fact, that Scald was needed to put it in range.
Yep, I had a feeling. Tapu Lele comes in on the Meowstic. Meowstic is going to do what it does best and set up screens.
And then make a critical error.
However, Dragon Bolt has this ability. You might have heard of it. It's called Infiltrator. Also, it has a weakness policy. So, yeah, this is the part where Callisto died.
Man's soul was torn out on the battlefield today. By the least likely of culprits, my tier 1.
I want it to be known, Tyler has brought this thing 3 times all season.
And one of those times, it showed up just to get absolutely obliterated.
3 times.
Sometimes it's not about using the tier 1, it's about having it and making your opponent prep for it.
Hi, it me.
I plan to abuse this in playoffs. As we know, I don't like to bring my tier 1s in playoffs very often.
Up next, Clay against Spatula.
I forget how this fight went.
We're going to start with Clyde against Torn. Clyde's going to immediately double into Mew, dodging a Hurricane. Torn's going to go for a taunt, preventing Mal from setting up rocks before knocking off the Rocky Helmet. Mew's going to U-turn into Heliolisk. Heliolisk is then going to Volt Switch, barely not killing Torn, back into Mew, which is going to tank the knockoff because it doesn't care. Spatula's going to switch out into Glalie, who's going to take 33% from the Nightshade before Mega Evolving and going for a return.
Rax.
We're going to then switch into Darm, who eats a return for breakfast. Rhyperior is going to come in as Darm sets up a substitute.
I don't know why he didn't just belly drum.
And then
or,
goes for
not
Fire Punch before then just dying to Rock Blast.
that was supposed to be belly drum Slackberry, and it was supposed to run his entire team over once Rhyperior was dead, and then he just sent it in early. I didn't get it.
He sacked it.
Like, he could have at least belly drummed and done like 70% to Rhyperior, but instead he set up a sub. I didn't understand that at all.
Regardless, Clyde comes in on the Fortress, going for Spore. However, Fortress has Overcoat. So, that happens. Rock Tomb's going to lower its speed. However, Rapid Spin's going to get rid of rocks and bring its speed back to neutral. Fortress is going to go for Gyro Ball on the Audino switch in before going for a layer of spikes. Audino's going to miss the Fire Blast as Fortress gets the hell out.
That Fortress was dead.
Keldeo.
That Fortress was so very, very dead.
Audino's going to Mega Evolve on the Secret Sword before getting a crit Draining Kiss. Rhyperior is going to come back in on the Mew switch in. Mew's going to set back up its rocks as Rhyperior also sets up some rocks as Mew goes for Nightshade before succumbing to a death by a Frozen Fist. Clyde is coming in as Fortress comes back into the playing field on a Bullet Seed, which only hits twice. Tornadus is going to come in on a Rapid Spin. Spatula's going to hard switch in Mid Buzz on a Heat Wave as Prankster does prevent Defog from working.
That is incredibly unfortunate.
Because, fun fact, Defog is the only hazard removal move that targets.
I mean, Rapid Spin?
Yes, but Rapid Spin doesn't get affected by Prankster.
Well, yeah, but there's only 2 hazard removal moves. Well, 3, I guess, but do we really count Court Change?
I mean, that's technically not removing the hazards, it's just moving them.
We're gonna pick up our hazards and push them somewhere else.
But I mean, it's the truth, because, like, the hazards still exist. They don't get deleted. They're just on the... They're just on the opposite side of the field now.
Exactly. Also, there is a 4th hazard removal move. It's just not legal.
What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what this is.
Come on, you can do it.
4th hazard, it's not legal.
Yeah.
Give me a hint, which gen?
This one?
It was in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a Dynamax move?
It's, Corviknight's G-Max.
Ah.
I forget what it's called. I just remember that it also removes every hazard on the field as if defog happened.
So, Mandibuzz is going to knock off the Expert Belt as Ekid goes for Tailwind before dying to a Foul Blade. Balloon's going to come in, Zubats is going to switch into Fortress on the Rock Tomb. Gets hit by another Rock Tomb.
And the tomb damage.
Goes for Gyro Ball, barely does not kill. It dies to another Rock Tomb. Rocks. McAllen comes in, finishes the job up with an Ice Shard as Outta comes in
to try and pull a miracle out of its ass.
Rhyperior comes in as Outta goes for a Draining Wish after getting a wish. Almost back up to full health because of it. Steps another wish on the Rock Blast. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Outta goes for a Toxic. 1, 2 hits. So Outta is still at 94%.
Audino doesn't care. It's so unnecessarily fat.
Tornadus comes in, allowing Outta to get a free wish, and then switching into Bonnie. Bonnie then goes for Surf to finish off the Rhyperior. Mandibuzz comes in. As Clay switches back into Outta. Mandibuzz opts to go for Roost, probably predicting a Volt Switch. However, that did not happen as Mandibuzz U-turns into Keldeo, and Outta does what Outta does. Gets hit by a Sclad before going for another Draining Kiss. Draining Kiss plus Wish means full health Outta, everybody.
Do you remember how at the start of the season, you said you'd have to do something for Clay if Outta ever swept a team?
Well, spoiler alert, it didn't sweep. It came pretty damn close.
Hey, quit spoiling the surprise.
So Otta's going to go for another wish as Mandibuzz U-turns back into Keldeo, who then gets Toxiced. As Outta is at full HP, Keldeo goes for Secret Sword. As Otta goes for another wish before Keldeo dies to poison damage. Tornadus comes in, going for Taunt, preventing Otta from going for Toxic. Tornadus then goes for Knockoff as Otta goes for a Fire Blast. Tornadus misses the Hurricane. Otta goes for another Fire Blast. Taunt wears off. Torn's going to go for Taunt again, however, because it does outspeed. As Otta gets a crit Draining Kiss, barely not killing Torn. Mandibuzz is going to come in on another Draining Kiss as Clay switches into Heliolisk. Mandibuzz is going to U-turn out into Glalie, who goes for Ice Shard, does not kill Heliolisk, doesn't die to T-Bolt, and then kills with the next Ice Shard.
That was unfortunate.
It's now Otta against the world, and Glalie is going to just blow up. And it exploded.
My cat says hi.
Hello, Tawny.
Tawny is good cat.
Up next, Wade against Jen.
A fight we didn't think was ever going to happen.
Something this goddamn Primarina.
Listen. Patience. All good things come to an end. All bad things come to an end sooner.
Typhlosion comes in against a Sandy before switching into the Spicy Double Beef on Altaria. Altaria goes for EQ before taking 49% from Heavy Slam. Wade's going to switch into Shadow Pidgeot. By the way, the whole gimmick for Wade's team this week was that he asked quite a few of us to come up with a set or just a gimmick for each mon, and then he builds around it.
I picked Banded Pidgeot.
I also picked Banded Pidgeot.
I mean, the one I set up on my own was Typhlosion.
I set up the Murkrow.
I mean, we both set up the Murkrow.
The Murkrow does a thing.
Also, you didn't bring Banded Pidgeot to your last fight.
Whose fault is that?
Yours! I said if you wanted to enjoy yourself, bring it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I brought it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
So you're saying you did bring it to your last battle?
Yes.
Hylian's predicting he's going to lose in the first round because he brings Banded Pidgeot to it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
So, Pidgeot goes for a Brave Bird. And then goes for a Brave Bird.
I'll tell you something, boys.
And then goes
It's gonna go for a
Brave
Brave Bird.
This Pidgeot, this Shadow Pidgeot, just decides to 3 so sweep Jen right then and there before dying. Its Explosion just goes for a Defense Curl on a Relic Song transformation. This Mellow Outta then proceeds to go for an Acrobatics. We then get. You seriously gave him Defense Curl rollout.
Defense Curl rollout. Of course I did. Absolutely. Why? Then Primarina exploded.
And then it exploded as Altaria comes in on Big Dick B. Big Dick B transforms, goes for the Poison Jab, poisons the Altaria. Altaria goes for a Flamethrower, does not get the burn. Dies to another Poison Jab. I don't understand what's going on with the moves. Why are there asterisks in front of the Poison Jab?
I mean, the important thing here is, by virtue of blowing itself up, Primarina remained on the leaderboard through week 12. Lady Gaga doing her ha 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 ha.
Kevin versus Sandy.
Ah, yes. This match. So, little precursor to this one. Every Pokemon on Kevin's team, with the exclusion of the Medicham, knows Metronome. Every Pokemon on Sandy's team either knows Mimic or Metronome.
Yep. They did what I did last season. So we start out with Jackie Chan against the default dance. Gonna get a Quick Claw Mimic proc, which doesn't work. Metronome into T-Spikes. Metronome again into Guard Split. Mimic to learn Metronome. We're gonna Metronome into Guard Split again. Metronome into Fire Spin.
The other important thing to know is these two made each other's sets.
Hitmonlee goes for Sludge. Sylveon goes for Fiery Dance.
Also, Default Dance is the best Sylveon.
Sylveon gets full parrot. Gets hit by Mind Reader. Sylveon gets full parrot again. Goes for Burning Jealousy. Sylveon gets full parrot again. Gets it metronomed into Meteor Beam. Sylveon finally gets to do a move, and it's Super Fang. Hitmonlee gets free from the Fire Spin, misses the Meteor Beam, procs the Blunder Policy. Sylveon metronomes into Sky Attack. Hitmonlee goes for Hydro Pump, that dies.
That was an incredible turn of events there.
Poliwhirl comes in, metronomes into a Volt Switch, and now it's gone, and now we have Bluebell Ice Cream. Sylveon's gonna metronome into a Crit Slash.
Oh man, Pixelate Slash.
Gonna go for a Facade. Sylveon gets full parried. We're gonna metronome into Twister, which doesn't work. Sylveon's gonna go for a Hydro Cannon. Miltank's then going to metronome into Lick. Sylveon needs to recharge. Sylveon gets a Quick Claw metronome into Grassy Terrain as Miltank gets Shift Gear.
That's unfortunate.
Miltank then gets metronome into Wrap. And Sylveon
boosted
gets
Wrap, though.
Miltank then gets Shell Smash.
That is the most terrifying cow that ever lived.
Miltank gets its health back up to full from a Moonlight. Quick Claw full para into Metronome Gear Grind. Sylveon is dead.
Ah, yes. Cling Clang the Miltank.
Muck comes in on a Metronome Power-Up Punch before mimicking Metronome. Miltank gets Metronome Grassy Glide a little bit too late. As we're gonna get a Metronome Amnesia on Muck. Metronome into Mystical Fire. Muck's gonna Metronome into Tackle.
Hey, I've killed him on with Tackle before.
Miltank metronomes into Feather Dance before Muck metronomes into Future Sight. Miltank's gonna metronome into Horn Attack. Proccing the Salac Berry as Muck metronomes into Hurricane. Miltank's then going to metronome into Dual Wing Beat, killing Muck. Future Sight's gonna proc the Patea Berry on Miltank.
Scariest Miltank that ever lived.
As Inteleon flings the TR-15 to kill Miltank. Grandma comes in. Mega evolves, gets a metronome water spout. As Inteleon sets up focus energy before Grandma metronomes into Lava Plume. And Bubble 07 metronomes into Endeavor. Metronome then finishes it off with a Fire Blast. Kek, 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 kek. The Kecleon comes in as Grandma uses Metronome into Teleport. Poliwhirl comes in on the Feint attack. Got a Metronome into Floral Healing. How generous. Poliwhirl's going to use Ice Ball as we then Metronome into Teeter Dance. They get a Metronome into Defog.
And then Poliwhirl slaps itself in the face.
Poliwhirl hit itself. We're then going to Metronome into Sucker Punch, which failed. Poliwhirl's going to smack itself again. Poliwhirl's going to snap out of his confusion. Go for Shadow Ball. Doesn't work. Metronome into Flamethrower.
4%.
I'm going to switch into a Rain Dance again. I'm going to Metronome into Lunge.
That does some damage.
Metronome into Aeroblast.
How do you miss an Aeroblast? That's 95 accuracy. It's better Air Slash.
Metronome into Icy Wind. So they're going to Metronome into Quiver Dance as Kecleon metronomes into Icicle Spear. 1, 2. 2 hits. As we then metronome into a Dragon Rush. Kecleon flinches. Kecleon then metronomes into an Energy Ball. Which does a massive amount of damage to this Poliwhirl. As Poliwhirl then metronomes into Echoed Voice. Poliwhirl then metronomes into Hypnosis. So this Kecleon is now asleep. Gets hit by an Ice Ball. Wakes up. Quick blocks. Goes for Feint. 9%. Gets hit by another Ice Ball. Goes for Feint again. Gets hit by another Ice Ball. Goes for Feint a third time and kills. Banettes comes in.
Get hit by another Ice Ball.
Goes for Metronome Glare. As the Kecleon gets a crit Feint attack. And then Banettes blows itself up and doesn't work because Kecleon was a dark type and therefore immune to a prankster metronome explosion. Clefable gets Power or Meteor Beam as Kecleon gets full parried. Metronomes into Thrash as Kecleon tricks the Quick Claw on to Clefable.
For reasons.
And then Hitmontop comes in using counter. We're gonna Quick Claw Metronome at a Rapid Spin, getting the speed boost. Hitmontop goes for Mind Reader. Look at a Metronome into Fling so we can have his Quick Claw back. As Hitmontop goes for Mimic. Hitmontop's gonna Metronome to Bulk Up. As we then Metronome into Clanking Scales, doing a massive amount of damage. As Hitmontop metronomes into Air Cutter. Clefable goes for Bounce. Focus Miss. Focus misses. Hitmontop protects on the bounce.
Imagine just having Protect for the predicted Metronome bounce.
That wasn't even a Metronome bounce, that was a normal bounce.
Huh.
They get a Metronome into Conversion, so now it's a normal type. Gets hit by Heat Wave.
Ah, yes. Gen 3 Clefable.
They get a Metronome into Horn Attack as we Metronome into Zen Headbutt. Then Metronome into Low Kick as Hitmontop metronomes into Blizzard.
Yeah, Horn Attack, though.
And then Clefable metronomes into Prismatic fucking Laser.
And it's gone.
It's just gone. That is one dead Hitmontop.
Let me just use Psychic type Hyper Beam for a sec. You good?
Sceptile comes in, Mega Evolves, using Mimic to take Metronome. Clefable needed to recharge. It then goes for Round to kill Clefable. And now it's a Medicham versus Sceptile. Sceptile goes for Laser Focus. Electrify procs the Lightning Rod.
That's unfortunate.
Smoke Tree every day goes for Swallow, which doesn't work. Chun-Li gets Metronome. Heat Crash. Smoke Tree goes for Laser Focus again. Metronome into Safeguard. Goes for Metronome. No Retreat.
Oh, gosh. That would be terrifying.
And then Metronome Sweet Kiss, so now it's confused. Metronome's into Webs. Metronome into Misty Terrain. Metronome into Gunk Shot, which misses. Metronome into Infestation. Sceptile's no longer confused. Metronome's into an Earth Power, which doesn't kill. Chun-Li goes for a Rollout. It's locked into Rollout, except it's not because it's not how Metronome works. Metronome into Psychic Terrain. Rollout fails because Metronome's stupid sometimes. And then it finishes the job with the Metronome Drill Run.
For the record, that is how Metronome works, except I'm pretty sure Kevin had that Medicham scarfed.
It's only if it's choiced. If it is choiced, then Metronome prevents moves like Rollout from happening repeatedly.
I think that was scarf. I think that was scarf Medicham.
It was.
Still not faster than a +1 Sceptile.
And then finally, we have Spooks versus Giroon.
This match can be summed up by Gen Snorlax.
We start with Jirachi against Rabombi, then switches into a Rotom. The boosts!
And it's gone.
It was turn fucking 1. Lando T comes in, gets the EQ. Spooks is going to switch into Talonflame on the next EQ. Giroon's going to switch into Savali Electric on a Steel Wing. Talonflame gets the defense increase, switches into Goodra as Savali Parting Shots, gets the hell out of there, goes into Chigalgi. Spooks goes back into Jirachi on an Outrage.
Whoever remembers the undeniable fact that Steel Wing can raise defense?
Most people. Outrage is going to kill Jirachi. Nobody comes in, uses Triple Axle, only gets 2 hits, unfortunately. Doesn't die to 1 Outrage. Goes for Triple Axle again, gets 2 hits, kills Dragalge. Lando T comes in, Scrappy blocks Intimidate. Lando T goes for U-turn, doesn't kill. As Lopunny goes for Drain Punch on the Savali switch in, before going for another Triple Axle, getting all 3 hits this time. Savali goes for Dragon Claw to kill. Goodra comes in on a Dragon Claw, takes 38% gooey procs. Is now minus speed.
Did no damage.
Goes for Ice Beam to kill. Rabombi comes in, immediately doubles into Lando T as Spooks switches into Dusclops. Lando's gonna pivot into Blissey on an Ice Punch.
And now we get to see Spooks, and now we get to see Spooks lose with sadness.
Yeah. Spooks takes the Eevee, or gives Blissey an Eviolite to steal the leftovers. However, it has been toxicked. Blissey now goes for Wish.
Why did you poltergeist a Blissey?
Wait, no, he's gonna get a Fire Punch burn.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna go for an Ice Punch. Just punch
Seems
everything.
valid. Punching not working. You damn well know he's gonna punch harder.
Just keep punching it. He'll eventually get it.
Or die.
Talonflame's gonna come in, go for a Flare Blitz. It's just a huge turn counter. However, Blissey has the funny counter move and kills it.
It's Yaroon. He's going to have counter.
Goodra comes in, goes for an Ice Beam before getting Toxicked, then goes for Draco Meteor to kill. Lando comes back in, goes for an EQ to kill Gudra. Caracosta comes in, gets brought down to his final sturdy, goes for across the south part, shell smash. It's a +3 speed, you know what's happening. Goes for waterfall, kills Lando.
Space Ghost, coast to coast.
And then Rabombi comes in, takes 50 from a knockoff, and kills with Energy Ball. However, it should be noted, it didn't fucking matter, because the Rabombi had a sash.
It did matter, because if Spooks clicked Waterfall, he had a 20% chance of winning. Unless Rabombi... Actually, no, it didn't, because Rabombi had Shield Dust.
Yeah.
So, no, it didn't matter.
Up next, we have the beginning of Week 13. Myself against Ben. Battle of the Bens Part 2.
Fun fact, if Ben the Third won this, he is in playoffs at this point. And our boy Clay doesn't get to do anything.
Conversely, if I win, Clay makes it to playoffs.
Well, we haven't seen Clay's replay this week. He would have had to win, too.
Also, don't know what you're talking about. The Pidgeot's clearly right here.
That's a Salazzle.
I don't know what we're talking about. That's an Alolan Pidgeot.
Alolan Pidgeot is not a poison fire type.
You don't know that.
It also isn't a lizard.
Listen. If a Salazzle wants to identify as a Pidgeot, let it identify as a Pidgeot. Alright?
I'm not going to do that.
So what you're saying is you have a problem with Pokemon rights?
I have a problem with Salazzle rights.
So what you're saying is you're racist against Salazzles?
No, I'm saying Salazzle is sexist against men. Have you ever seen a male Salazzle? No, you haven't.
I mean, you know what? You kind of got me there.
They can't have it both ways. If they want to try and identify as a Pidgeot, then they need to be inclusive to their own kind and their own opposite genders.
Alright, so what if they chose to identify as a Vespiquen instead?
I will not stand that, Queen.
I'm just saying, would that be acceptable, considering that Vespiquen also can only be female?
So you're saying, should a sexist be allowed to identify as a different kind of sexist?
Yes.
No.
Okay, then. I'm cooking my dinner real quick.
Da 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 da. Hi, chat. Did you know that I haven't slept in about 18 hours and I have a work shift coming up? I regret my life decisions. Now, what Hylian didn't tell you is he did actually bring Bandit Pidgeot, but it's the Ferrothorn. Even I can see that this is kind of a mismatch. And I have to play him.
I have returned.
I've said some horrible, horrible things.
Oh, great. Now I'm gonna have to go back and check the VOD. He didn't actually say anything. Anyway.
Is that what you think?
I'm gonna lead Plasma Fists against Mence. Earthquake's gonna proc my Shuka Berries. I'm going to Volt Switch into Robocrop, prompting the Extreme Void to come in as I knock off the leftovers. And this is awfully poetic.
How did you not see this coming?
See, the funny thing is, I remembered it got Sap Sipper. I forgot about Perish Trap.
Yeah, you should have used your banded Pidgeot better.
This is not the Pidgeot.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's not.
I told Chad about your secret plan while you were gone.
This is a Ferrothorn.
No, that's banded Pidgeot.
This is a Ferrothorn.
No, it's just got reverse gorilla tactics. That's why it can hold a choice band and still click other moves.
No, this is a Ferrothorn.
No, it's a Pidgeot.
Unfortunately, this Ferrothorn is going to be, deadied.
You remembered it had Sap Sipper, and then tested to make sure it had Sap Sipper.
Take me, sweet death!
Ferrothorn, no!
Glad burn, not that it mattered.
It definitely mattered.
And they're going to switch into Manetric as Ferrothorn then succumbs to the sweet release of death.
Why did you not, click...
I then
Why did you
switch
not
in...
click Leech Seed?
I then switch in my Banded Pidgeot as,
Everything is banded Pidgeot.
there's a reason I'm saying that. As Ben switches into Situai, and I go for Fire Fang. And in case that damage was not apparent, yes, this is actually banded.
I don't know why you didn't just click knockoff.
Yes.
Because I know you definitely had knockoff.
Situai goes for Roost as I Fire Fang again before switching into a Alolan Pidgeot.
It's not a Alolan Pidgeot.
Switch into a Zoomro on an Overheat as I then go for Sludge Wave, which is still going to be able to kill from that range. Mence is going to come in as I switch into Slowking on an EQ, knowing it will not be able to touch me. Mence switches into Celesteela as I go for an Ice Beam.
Desperately wishing for Tepin Ball Torture.
We get a crit EQ as I teleport out into a Alolan Pidgeot. Lycanroc comes in, takes 50% from an Overheat, before I then switch back into Slowking on a Crunch.
Don't you feel stupid right about now?
Yeah. So I then switch back into Banded Pidgeot to take another Crunch as Decidueye comes in as I go for Ice Shard. I then switch into a Alolan Pidgeot, taking Shadow Ball, going for Toxic. And sure enough, as is the chat's interaction, no more Sash, thank the Lord. Oh, you thought it was Sash. It was not Sash.
My question is, why wasn't it Whiter?
Because it was Expert Belt instead.
I mean, fat lot of good that did you when you missed another Overheat.
Yep. Which then causes Shadow Ball to barely not kill me as I then switch back into Banded Pidgeot to take another Shadow Ball. And then I die to a U-turn.
You made many decisions there.
Manetric
None of them were good.
In, then doubles back into Decidueye as I switch into Slowking.
Don't think that was what you were expecting either, was it?
So, the intent was I switched into Diancie and then doubled into Slowking because I was attempting to bait in Celesteela.
Which it wasn't gonna come in because you get Mystical Fire on Diancie.
Right, but Mystical Fire cannot kill a Celesteela for 95%.
Yeah, but it might be able to two-shot it.
It can't. It 3-KOs at minimum.
That doesn't sound right.
If it's specially defensive Celesteela, Mystical Fire can 3-hit KO. It has a very, very slight chance to 2-KO. We're talking like a 6% chance.
Interesting.
Megamind goes for Ice Beam. Decidueye is very close to dying. Goes for Shadow Ball. Does not kill as I slack off to get my health back. And Decidueye dies. Banettes comes in as I switch into Zero Aura, hoping it's gonna try to, go for a Volt Switch or something, but it does not. It Mega Evolves, it goes for Toxic. I bring in Salazzle just to sack. I want a clean switch on something. Flamethrower into Zero Aura. I then Volt Switch because Zero Aura no longer has, or sorry, not Zero Aura, freaking Banettes no longer has Lightning Rod because of Mega Evolve, so I Volt Switch into Slowking on the Flamethrower before getting Toxic and teleporting out into Diancie. This is going to prompt a Lycanroc switch in as I then Mega Evolve, go for a Rock Polish. A Cellrock is not going to kill Diancie, and I am able to kill it with a Moonblast. Celesteela is going to come in. I cannot stay in on Celesteela, so I switch into Slowking, get hit by a crit Earthquake. And at this point, my only chance of winning is to Hax this thing. I need to status it, either through Burn or Freeze. So I pray to the fucking gods.
Or click Plasma Fists.
I then, attempt to go click Plasma Fists. It didn't work. Now
I don't know why you didn't.
Boost.
Why did you not just teleport?
Then I truly need to freaking status this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I attempt to bird freeze anything. I'm praying to the lords. I need something.
Mm-hmm.
I need to status it. It misses the Leech Seed. I go for an Ice Beam. I get the freeze. Tepid Ball Torture from Wikipedia. It switched out into Mets, and then I switched into Diancie, and then it just died. And then, I did kill the Ments. Killed that with an Ice Beam. And then, Manectric's gonna come in and, finish the job.
I don't know why you didn't just continue clicking Ice Beam.
Probably should have done that.
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think that saved you, but at least
No,
it would have made it a more interesting finish.
Up next, Tyler against Snazzy.
Spoiler alert, I stopped caring. I completely stopped caring, and I literally... Ow. I stopped caring the moment I beat Callisto and said, I'm going to bring whatever the hell I feel like. The only stakes that were in this match was the fact that if Charizard either did not die or got one kill, Primarina would finally leave the leaderboard once and for all forever.
So we start with Linus Tech Tips against Florida Gang Bro, who then switches into Piloswine on a Frost Breath. I actually haven't seen this match. However, I do know what happens. Regicide subs, proccing Agua Berry, crit Earthquake to break sub, and it exploded.
And it exploded.
Registeel comes in, and it's gone. Regirock comes in, takes a massive amount of damage, goes for Body Press to kill Piloswine, restoring some H3 through a Shell Bell as Expand Dunk comes in to finish it with a Squad. Lord Un comes in, getting hit by a Squad, goes for a T-Wave, is trying to pull a Kevin.
Fun fact, neither of us had any speed investments, which is why now that I'm paralyzed, it's a speed tie.
Goes for Sklad, 2 Sklads to break the Scald, as it goes for Drain Punch, however, Liquid Ooze is a thing. As it then goes for Darkest fucking Lariat, as this Tentacruel goes for Acupressure.
It was worth it.
I want it to be known that there is a bit of contention in the chat here as to this, because isn't it supposed to not raise evasion anymore? But no, that is just Moody. Acupressure still can raise accuracy and evasion. However, we do allow it because it is a complete chance-based thing. It is not guaranteed to increase your evasion. It's not like Double Team. It is only a chance.
Also, secondary fun fact, Darkest Lariat ignores evasion changes.
Yeah. So, Tentacle's going to go for Sklad. Regicide is no longer affected by Slow Start, and is going to Darkest Lariat to kill Tentacruel.
And you might want to play this one at minimum speed, because it's Hylian's amazing, glorious moment of joy.
In the arms of an angel, follow me.
Primarina is dead.
Alright. Now, Regidrago comes in, goes for Dragon Energy as Zard Tailwinds, goes for an Air Slash, does not get the flinch, dies to Dragon Energy.
But you ever just wake up and choose, violence! Oh.
Dodges the
violent! Wait.
Crook comes in on the T-Bolt.
And it exploded.
And then Regidrago comes in as Lele comes in on the Ancient Power.
And I woke up and chose violence!
And it dodged again, except it didn't.
Fun fact. I want to talk about these sets. Phyllis Wide was Choice Band. Zard was boring because its entire point was the whether or not Primarina got knocked out. Tentacruel was an acupressure sweeper. Crook was King's Rock with beat up. Lel was it was a Choice Band. I think it was Choice Band physical. And Skarmory was Metal Sound throat spray.
Fucking Metal Sound.
Yes, Metal Sound throat spray. With Dark Pulse, because Skarmory gets Dark Pulse.
Moving right along. We have
a match that no longer matters.
Clay against Kai.
Rest in peace, Clay.
Kai leads with Ariados against Heliolisk as Heliolisk U-turns into Mawile. Allowing the waves to set up, goes for Rax, gets T-Spikes up, goes for an Iron Head, does not flinch, more T-Spikes, goes for Protect on the next Iron Head. Tries to go for the double, fails, dies to Iron Head.
What? He admitted that he had not changed sets in weeks. Which leads me to question, why are you still running an Ariados with not a single attacking move?
Nobody knows. Tornadus comes in on the Mega Venusaur, going for Defog, getting rid of all the hazards before getting Toxic. Then goes for a Raw Hurricane. Clay finally hit a Hurricane outside of rain. The
Impossible.
Very angry Rock comes in, gets hit by the Focus Blast for 60% before going for Rock Slide to kill. Heliolisk comes in as the Gliscor comes in, dies to Surf. It's dead.
It just immediately vanishes off the face of the earth.
Cobalion comes in as Clay switches into Mawile on a Swords Dance, goes straight for Sacred Sword to kill. Funny Darm is here to do funny Darm things, goes for the Flare Blitz, it's gone. It's dead.
How incredibly funny.
Tyranitar comes in as Clay switches in Mew on a Rock Slide.
Oh no. Clay did the basic OU set.
Kai switches into Gardevoir, allowing Mew to get its health back up to full through Soft Boiled, before going for haha funny Cosmic Power. Psychic is going to get the Spadef drop though. Haha funny Cosmic Power.
Listen, there's a certain someone who tried doing that last season, and it worked like 5 times before someone finally managed to stop it.
Aha, funny Cosmic Power. Body Press killed the T-Tar.
Dun, dun, dun. The Body Press killed the T-Tar.
Funny Stored Power. Didn't do anything. Psychic got the Spadef drop again. Clay switches into Mismagius on the Psychic. So then goes for Perish Song because Clay is a terrible fucking person.
Wow, that's just rude.
And then goes for Paint Split. Clay felt like being a degenerate today.
How could this happen
And
to
then that
me?
happened.
Yeah, that's the thing that happened.
Now, I want it to be known, this was not a rage quit. Apparently, Kai's internet went out. And that is actually what happened. Apparently Kai like lost internet for a while, and that's what happened.
I mean, fight was over anyways.
Moving right along, Wade against Kalisto.
Hey guys, you ever wanted to see Kalisto attempt a meme fight?
For context, Wade's team this week was randomly generated.
The random generator said Prim wasn't allowed to come this week. Therefore, Prim could not get points.
Typhlosion comes in against Vaporeon as it just goes straight for an eruption.
And dies.
And dies.
Because Kalisto believes that Choice Specs Vaporeon is fun.
Serena comes in on the Incin, switch in, goes for Power Whip. We're switching into Garchomp on the Flamethrower.
Yo, special Incin though?
Amoonguss comes in, Chomp misses the Dragon Tail, gets Toxic. Brings
that
in
set.
Incineroar.
That set actually makes me very happy.
Switches back into Amoonguss on a Dragon Pulse before Chomp goes for Dragon Claw on a Venoshock.
I love Venoshock Amoonguss. That's just awesome.
And then dies to Hex. Lenny comes in and then doubles into Bronzong. Kalisto switches into Steelix on an Iron Defense. Steelix goes for D-Dance, which I always forget it gets for some reason. As Bronzong goes for Body Press, doing 66%. Steelix goes for Crunch, dies to another Body Press. Incin comes in, gets the Intimidate, goes for Flamethrower. Bronzong dies. Audino comes in. Kalisto switches into Uxie, gets hit by Knockoff. Uxie's going to lose its Assault Vest before going for Power Up Punch, which is a crit. And now it's Encore. Wade regrets his decisions, goes into Murkrow. Goes for Feather Dance to reset the attack. Goes for a crit Air Cutter before dying to another Power Up Punch.
Guaranteed crit, by the way. Super Luck plus Scope Lens plus guaranteed crit move.
Serena gets hit by Ice Punch, puts Uxie to sleep through Grass Whistle, goes for Acupressure.
You ever just not... This was supposed to be blunder policy Serena. And then he just casually gets the accuracy boost.
And then the evasion boost.
I mean, at least Badettes boost is good when you're at 15%.
Gets a crit Acrobatics. The Moongus lives on 1 and kills with Venoshock. And then Audino comes in, kills a Moongus with Knockoff. Vaporeon comes in, goes for Surf for 45%. Gets hit with Knockoff, loses Specs. Vaporeon goes for Surf again, still does 30%. Audino goes for Paint Split. Gets hit by Surf again, goes for Knockoff again. Gets hit by Surf again and died.
Oh, Kalisto.
Up next, Sandy versus Spatula.
Otherwise known as the battle that happened today.
I want it to be known, this match determined whether or not I had to fight Wade, Yaroon, or Sandy round 1 of playoffs. I didn't want to fight Wade round 1 of playoffs. Why?
More importantly,
I don't want to get freeze hacked again.
Here's how this breaks down. If Sandy loses in a 3-0 or worse, then Hylian plays Sandy. If Sandy wins, then Sandy plays, if I remember correctly, it's if Sandy loses in a 3-0 or worse, Hylian plays Yaroon. Was it Yaroon? No, it was Wade, Sandy, Kalisto, wasn't it?
No, it was Wade, Sandy, you run.
Ha. That doesn't sound right. But if that's the case, then if Sandy lost in a 3-0 or worse, then Hylian ends up playing Yaroon. If Sandy won, then Hylian ends up playing Sandy. If Sandy loses in a 2-0 or a 1-0, then Hylian ends up playing Wade.
You'll see what happens. So, we start with Torn T against Jan Mega.
Wait, there's no way it could have been Yaroon.
Jan Mega switches into Stunfisk, which loses his Rocky Helmet, but Static gets procced. Torn gets full parried, gets hit by Sklad. Torn goes for Taunt.
Gets hit by Sklad.
Goes for Sklad again. As the horse comes in, gets hit by a super effective discharge, gets parried.
And explodes.
The horse just goes for Sklad. And Jan Mega comes in on the H/switch and misses the air slash. Switches.
Why does that keep happening?
Melmetal. H/ goes for Shadow Ball, which just barely doesn't kill. Switches into Fortress. Gets hit by T-Wave. Sandy's going for Kevin Strats. Double Iron Bash.
And Sandy kills himself.
Which is going to just cause Melmetal to kill itself. And Fortress didn't even flinch or get full parried. Cinderace comes in, goes for Bulk Up on the Rhyperior switch in. Goes for a second Bulk Up. Rhyperior goes for a Sword Stance. Nesquik goes for a low kick, proccing the Choppleberry. Rhyperior goes for Earthquake, which doesn't work because balloons exist. It's free balloon day. We get a Flame Charge. It's +1 speed now. It gets hit by Rock Blast. It only procs twice. Cinderace lives, the lucky bastard. Fortress comes in, gets hit by low kick for 51%, but still procs the Rocky Helmet. Goes for Acrobatics to finish the job. This thing is barely alive. Aegis comes in and just kills him with Shadow Sneak.
All that work for nothing.
Sylveon comes in, Centiscore switches in on the Rain Dance before knocking off Sylveon's leftovers. Sylveon then goes for Weather Ball, which becomes, by the way, a base 200 water type attack right now.
Well, 150.
No?
No stab.
Ah, that's right. 150. Well, no, because Weather Ball has base 100 power.
Multiplied by the 1.5 of rain.
Yeah, but Weather Ball's base power also doubles if it's in weather.
Yeah, but Weather Ball's base power is 50.
Ah.
Yeah, otherwise a Weather Ball off a Stabmon in weather would be a base 450 power move.
Okay, fair. So, yeah, Mega comes in, H/, goes for Flash Cannon, kill it. Sylveon comes back in. Keldeo gets switched in. The Weather Ball doing 24% because Weather Ball is really fucking fun. Keldeo's gonna die to read. H/ comes in. Stance change, goes for Flash Cannon to kill Sylveon, and now it's a Muck against the world. Muck takes over 50% for Flash Cannon, crocs the Moringa Berry, goes for Curse.
A Muck
lives the second Flash Cannon, goes for Rest.
Whose only attacking move is Thunder Punch.
Sleep Talk Thunder Punch. Hit by another Flash Cannon. Sleep Talk Thunder Punch again. H/ is dead. Rhyperior comes in, and it's over.
That set was supposed to sweep Spatula once Rhyperior was dead. Problem is, Rhyperior never died.
Up next, Yaroon against Jen.
I feel bad.
Yaroon starts Lando against Lapras. Lando's going to U-turn into Empoleon, which gets hit by an Avalanche for 3%. Melodic comes in and died.
You ever just watch a Milotic explode doing Empoleon?
It's just dead. Crit Grass Knot, dead.
Milotic somehow managed to trip over itself and die. Because that is the actual description of Grass Knot, is that it makes a knot of grass for the Pokemon to trip over, and that's why the damage is weight-based.
And now I have to ask, how does a fucking snake without legs trip?
The internet?
Blaziken
Inheritance?
comes in as Yaroon switches into Lando T. Blaziken goes for a Thunder Punch, which isn't going to work, obviously. Switches back into Lapras on an EQ. Lapras is going to die to the second EQ. Absol comes in. Meki evolves. Dies.
Meloetta comes in.
Gets hit by an Earthquake. Goes for Relic Song. I want it to be known. This Meloetta has brought Relic Song every single week, obviously. And it has not put anything to sleep. Ever.
20% of the time, it works none of the time.
And it died. Blaziken comes in. Goes for Endure. Lives
cool.
because of Endure. Weakness policy procs. It's got +1 speed. And it's a Scarflando.
And it's a Scarflando.
Your Honor. League of Legends.
Death!
You're right. Death. But not for me.
And also for me.
And then Empoleon comes in, gets hit by Power Up Punch, and then League of Legends equals death.
League of Legends actually successfully managed to get a kill at the last possible moment.
And finally, Spooks versus Kevin.
Today's reminder that Kevin had an Urshifu Rapid Strike that he just decided to not use.
Shot Weebs comes in against Final Flash as Galvantula goes for Webs against a Rain Dance. Poliwhirl goes for Belly Drum and dies.
And then it just key-bolts Poliwhirl.
Slurpuff comes in, gets hit by Cross Poison, which crits and poisons. The Slurpuff goes for Webs of its own and then dies.
Continually
to Cross
shot
Poison
Weebs.
plus poison damage after going for Facade. Urshifu comes in and goes for an Aqua Jet to kill Galvantula. Deep Flyer, the Talonflame, comes in, goes for a dual Wing Beat. Hits both times, obviously. Urshifu goes for Aqua Jet. Work Safe, the Quagsire, comes in. Urshifu goes for Aqua Jet. And then goes for Drain Punch to get some of its health back on this Quagsire. But Rocky Helmet's a thing.
And fails.
Then it got Sclatted. Urshifu goes for Taunt for some reason, and then dies
And
to
it
a
dies.
Sludge Wave. And then Hitmonlee comes in, and he don't miss. Keep that in mind. Sclad does not break the substitute. High Jump Kick hits. Sclad breaks the sub the second time. Quag, you know, he's no longer taunted. Sub procs Citrus Berry. Sludge Wave isn't breaking that substitute. Stone Edge crits and kills Quagsire. Whimsicott, aka Quathrin, comes in. Blaze Kick is going to break the sub. So he's going to switch it back into Talonflame. He's going to die to a crit Blaze Kick. Lopunny is going to come in, Mega Evolve, and then die. Jirachi is going to come in, get hit by Blaze Kick for 55% before going for Ancient Power to break the sub. No boosts. No boosts. It's dead. And then Whimsicott comes in and dies. So let it be known that this Hitmonlee, true to its name, did not miss.
And more importantly, this is somehow the second consecutive season where Hitmonlee has pulled a random sweep out of its fat ass.
Yep. And there you have it. That's all the replays. Here is the MVP table for Week 13.
Oh my god, Mega Diancie was the winner. Who's shocked? It's almost like it's been a top 5 finisher 3 seasons in a row or something.
Yay! In first place is Nibiru, the Mega DNC. Torquasum Pony, the Keldios, second. OU Slap-On, the Lando T, takes third. Blue Beetle, the Mega Heracross, takes fourth. Hippo Roofing and Egg V2 take fifth and sixth place, respectively.
My children.
Mega Glalie takes seventh. Chew 5 Gum, the Regidrago, takes eighth. Plasma Fists takes ninth. Expand Dog, the Tentacruel, takes 10th. Lola
I'm
Bunny,
so glad I named it that.
Lola Bunny, the Megalopony, takes 11th. No Maidens, Mega Mind, the Slowking, takes 12th. Terrafin, the Garchomp, takes 13th. Prim's Final Stand, the Zardwai, takes 14th. And then Bonnie, the Heliolisk, out of nowhere, is suddenly back at the board. It takes 15th. And there is not a single Primarina to be seen. All is right in the world.
Yes, instead of Lady Gaga aggressively humping the screen, we instead get a sun with Nicolas Cage's face staring down leeringly at all the terrifying.
I mean, this is a significant improvement, if you ask me.
Now the real question is, who's going to win the Honors Awards?
Well, next up, here are the league standings. In first place, as is tradition at this point, because he's been in first place every single season, is Tyler.
I don't know what you want from me. I even said that I would be okay with losing and getting the second seed, but no, my memes were too strong. I don't know what you want from me anymore, guys. I'm the 1 seed. That's just who I am. It's a certified Ben moment.
In second place is Spatula. In third place is myself.
Hi, welcome back to the playoffs. Haven't seen you in a few seasons.
Yep, the first time I have made playoffs since season 1. In fourth place is Callisto. In fifth place is Sandy. In sixth place is Wade. In seventh place is Yaroon. Yaroon, why couldn't you have gotten like 5 more kills overall? Come on, man. Only 5 more kills, that's all you needed. 5 more kills, they would have been tied with Sandy. And then in 8th place is Ben.
3 of 4 Bens have succeeded in making the playoffs.
And speaking of playoffs, here's
Rest
the
in
bracket.
peace, Clay.
Here's the
Rest
fucking bracket. For the quarterfinals, Tyler is against Ben.
I hate it here.
Spatula is against Yaroon.
Actually, it's probably going to be a good match.
I'm against Wade. Not
Wade.
again.
Godspeed. Bring Ice Beam on everything you can.
Not again.
Congratulations, Hylian. Welcome back to the playoffs. Here's your reward.
Every fucking time. I swear to God, if I make playoffs again next season and I have to fight Wade again in the quarterfinals.
Now, you know what's even crazier about this? Season 1 can still technically repeat itself. Me versus Wade could very easily be the semifinals, and Yaroon could very easily be the finals opponent.
And then finally, Callisto against Sandy.
Now that's different. Is it? Who did Yaroon play in the semifinals? I think he played Sandy. What the hell? No, wait, he didn't. No, he didn't.
So,
No. I remember now.
there we have it, guys. This has been the final pre-playoffs recap of HDL Season 4. For those who don't know how we handle playoffs as of Season 3, here's how we do things. We are going to be taking a week break. Technically speaking, people in playoffs can fight during this week. Because as of Season 3, we do playoffs in a recap-style stream. The semifinals and the grand finals have historically been streamed live as they happen. However, given the diversity of time zones amongst participants, that is not necessarily guaranteed. We do try, at the very least, to make sure the grand finals is streamed live. So at the very least, we will try to make sure that the grand finals and the third place match battles are streamed live.
Stay tuned in 3 weeks for your Rune versus Tyler round 3 deathmatch ultimate.
However, it is entirely possible that the semifinals ends up in a recap format this time. Who knows? But
well, I mean, we only have one true out of time zone participant.
That is true.
Because there is no Lion Boy.
Oh, you also have to remember that Ben number 3 is 3 hours behind you.
I mean, yeah, he also we may end up just playing at 3 a.m. I'm just saying.
And that's why we do a recap format for quarterfinals.
Ah!
So, there you guys have it. That's the schedule. This season has been a fucking trip. We've had the highs, we've had the lows. There's been some bumps. There's always some bumps. Sometimes
there's literally a team. There's literally a team that had 3 coaches this season in playoffs.
Sometimes there's a fucking mountain. But
and
I think all in all,
a roof flies off a house.
But I think all in all, yeah, and then it lands over some cars and provides really solid protection.
Hippo Roofing for best nickname in the HDL honors, everyone.
He's got my vote. Anyway, please note, I'm contractually obligated to vote as the co-founder of Hippo Roofing Limited.
Exactly.
We will be doing the HDL honors as we do, as has been tradition since Season 2 when it was introduced. It might not necessarily happen before playoffs this time. I'm going to be completely blunt. We haven't even fucking started on preparing anything HDL honors related. So, for all we know, that could happen right before grand finals. We don't fucking know when it's gonna happen. It will happen. We just don't know when. So, got that to look forward to. I think overall this has probably been one of the more enjoyable seasons.
Yes, but what Hylian doesn't know is that this was all an elaborate scheme. Since week 1, I have been concocting this evil plot to get Expand Dong as a nickname on the HDL MVP list. Why do you think I brought Tentacruel every single week, Hylian?
I swear to God, you better be being sarcastic right now.
Oh, you think I was being sarcastic? Every nickname was planned. From the beginning to the finish.
Okay,
the only thing...
What the hell is the thought? Where's the train of logic to go from freaking... to go from tentacles to Expand Dong?
So, have you ever seen Mr. Incredible becoming uncanny?
Yes.
We're about at the 9th stage for Tentacruel right now. Give or take.
I see.
The funny thing is, I could have brought it 2 more weeks. I had 2 more names planned. Well, I guess you'll have to find out in playoffs.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I will see you guys possibly tomorrow, depending on how I feel with the Nuzlocke.
I'll be streaming instead of him in his place because he's going to feel like trash.
You do not have access to my Twitch channel.
Who said anything about your Twitch channel?
You're not You don't even have my save file.
That can change.
You don't even have my you don't have an overlay. You don't have you don't have the overclocked DS set up.
But we've done this before.
Yeah, with Dolphin on a Mac.
No. I had my laptop at this point. Because I had OBS, remember?
That's right. Anyway, I'll see you guys whenever the fuck I see you guys next.
And I'll see you guys in the loser circle.
Goodbye!